What's up, guys and gals? It's time for more Subnautica. My name is Splattercat. Happy to have you here today. And there are still like units laying around on the bottom of the ocean, and I feel like I should get after them. I don't know if I should leave them, or were we done with the moonpool? Did we finish that off? Ah, there it is. See, there was a little bit of moonpool left. I knew we'd get after it eventually. Alright, well, I think we've gotten everything from this zone that I want to get. I'm not like 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure we've gotten most of it. So anyways, where's my sea moth? That was weird. I got kind of terrified for a second. I was like, dude, I'm about to die on the bottom of the ocean. I'm about to run out of oxygen because I can't find my sea moth. Got a lot of chop going on right now, and I think it's mostly due to nighttime. I'm not really sure what's affecting that, but something, I think I'm on like the edge of a chug zone or something. I'm not really sure what's happening. Either way, though, I think we've basically gotten everything that we need to get. Where's the way back home? Show me the way to go home. Boop, boop, boop. I'm tired and I want to build a cyclops. Ow. And then also run into a giant mushroom, apparently on accident. Cool. If I see any other cyclops fragments down here, I will probably get after them just in case, because you never know what you're going to need. I'm paranoid about this because finding the cyclops fragments are kind of a pain in the ass. Okay, so we've already gotten the bridge fragments. We've already gotten the hull fragments. So that leaves, I think, the power assembly. And that one, I'm not so sure where we get it from. I would actually have to look that up. Because, since they've changed the way that you acquire the Cyclops, you used to just be able to, like, get the Cyclops. At the beginning of the game, it was there, and then you would just build it, and it used really, really complicated materials. Now, it's a bit more difficult than that. There we go. The chug's starting to clear up good. That's what I like to see. The poppin' in this game really needs work. I actually think they need to stop working on content patches for just a little bit. I know that sounds like heresy, but I feel like they need to do a performance patch next. Like, they really, really, really need to focus on performance optimizations for just like 1 or 2 patches. Make the game chug a little bit less, make the game, you know... Did I finish this? I can't recall. I did. Good. Well, we're bringing a bunch of titanium back to base, so that's fine too. Goody. I would recommend later on we'll be able to paint our sea moth. I would recommend not painting it stupid colors. I would highly recommend just leave the coloration bright. I lose my sea moth every now and again, especially when I color it like edgy things like black or like dark browns or anything like that, earth tones. Bad plan. Might be a bad plan. Oh wow, there's a bunch of reefbacks up here. There are a ton of reefbacks in the area. Wonder what they're up to. There's also like a giant reefback now. As far as I know, there's like a new model where it's like a reefback that's like 10 times as big. It's like enormous. It's like a big ass reefback. It definitely is kind of the take no prisoners version of reefbacks. What is that right there? Just a little cave. Okay. I'm not trying to do any spelunking right now. Instead, I am much more interested in heading back home until the sun comes back up. Although that might happen pretty shortly. It looks like we're starting to get some level of ambient lighting, I think. So it should be morning pretty soon. My other suggestion might be perhaps that we go to the island in today's episode, but we do have a lot of construction to take care of. So it could go in either direction. We've got the bridge control, we got the hull for the Cyclops. Not really sure where we go from here. I do think we're going to have to sort that out a little bit and try and figure out exactly what it is we want to get after. But let's work on the moonpool for right now. If you've never seen the moonpool before, it can take a little bit of finagling to get it to work. The moonpool can be a little bit odd. It's the strange man out when it comes to your furniture and whatnot. And so getting that little bastard to place can be weird. My suggestion would be that we take a tunnel right here and we bring it out to here. And we put the moonpool right here on that edge of our foundation. You don't want to have a foundation below your moonpool, by the way. So, taking that into account, let's go back to our blueprints here. If we wanted to do the moonpool, we need 4 titanium ingots, which is a lot. I would prefer that it go somewhere like right here, would actually be what I'm looking for. And the legs will extend out to be as long as they need to be. And so I would do like a normal corridor right there on the edge of alien containment. And then the moon pool, attaches to that. So you got to make sure you've got the attachment ready to go. And so there it is. The blueprint's all ready to go. We've got the legs out. That does not seem like the firmest footing to put an entire aspect of your base on top of. Some of this definitely seems sketchy, but you know what? We'll have to live with it for right now. We're going to need a lot of shit to get this up and running. Like a lot of shit. We have a lot of titanium already. At best. To take 4 of those, it's going to take 4 lubricants. My god, this is going to be a mess. The plugada is all nice and empty. Non-precious, okay. Actually, we don't have that much. Can I make another one? Is that possible right now? So we got 2 out of our 4 ingots already wrapped up. So that's pretty solid. That'll work for right now. Oh yeah, I get to put my poster up. I don't know where I want to put the poster up. That seems pretty cool to me. So we've got a natural selection poster now. Hooray! Did I use up any batteries while I was out and about? I didn't. That's because, like, the battery constraints that you face in this game, they suck for a little while, but once you get the sea moth, they're not so bad anymore, and life gets a lot easier. We need water purification, too, pretty badly. Lots of fish inside. Alien containment, though. I like aquariums. They're relaxing. They're really, really relaxing. If you've never had an aquarium before, they're pretty fun. I would start out with something... freshwater first. I wouldn't mess around with saltwater until you've got a pretty good handle on like how everything works and how you maintain like pH levels and all that kind of stuff inside the water. Basically, I would start with fish that are very, very... I would say start with fish that have specific things you have to do in order to keep them alive. Like, don't just get a goldfish, because a goldfish will survive anything. Like, you can do anything to a goldfish and nothing bad will happen to it. Like, you want fish that teach you to be better at raising fish, but are not so challenging that you don't have time to learn anything before they die. And so, like, I would start out with, you know, maybe tetras and other little things like that. Tetras, Oscars, little things like that. Although, don't put Oscars with the tetras. I have a sneaking suspicion the tetras will disappear. I love Oscars, by the way. Oscars are really cool fish. Very aggressive. Very, very aggressive fish. I had a friend who had a big Oscar. Like, we're talking about another man's Oscar right now. He had a really, really large Oscar that he kept in a tank in his garage because he couldn't fit the tank in his house. The Oscar was so large that it needed like a bigger habitat. And if you stuck your hand, if you put like a work glove on and put it inside the tank, the Oscar would just go like haywire on it, trying to bite your hand, just like losing his shit, just being like, fight me! 1v1 outside, bro! Get in the tank! Just like losing his shit. It was a legit fish. We used to feed it garden snails, weirdly enough. We would get snails out of the garden and throw them in there. And nom 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 nom. He would take care of it. We could use some diamond for the cutter. But I digress. Let's focus on the things at hand that need to get done like right now. This is going to be a bit of a farmy episode, I think. But that's okay, because it gives us time to talk about fun stuff like Pantera. I'm stabbing gators in the ocean because they are mean. I don't like them. Go away. He just picked up metal, which means that he may have dropped a teeth over here. Hello, little teeth. Did he? I don't see any little teeths around here.
Caution, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
Alright, calm down, you nerds. Trying to get back to the surface. Leave me alone. I mean, we could do some more dangerous stuff, like go over towards the Aurora and start messing around with the Leviathan Reapers and whatnot. It's just kind of a high-stakes game because they kill you so fast. There's some other stuff off that way. There's like these weird water snake things now that live like in the blue mushroom zone or the purple mushroom zones. There's like these big dragon things that are around. Although the biggest dragon apparently has not been implemented yet. Apparently there's going to be like multiple versions of the sea dragon or something. There's like the sea leviathan, the sea emperor, and the sea dragon, and that's with respect to increasing size. And the sea dragon is so large that it can like eat the cyclops in like one bite, that's a big fish, man. That's an enormous fish. It's like going through the tunnels of Naboo large, you know. What were those things called? There was the goober fish, but then like I forget what the. Oh, you gotta go through the planet core. That's what it was. To the planet core. I used to do a pretty good impression of the Gungan leader. Boss Nass. Was that his name? I got a weird memory for Star Wars shit too. My memory is so oddly selective for things. Like, I can remember, like, the dumbest collection of facts for, like, the stuff that matters, like Star Wars. But, like, for anything I actively need to know, like calculus, can't remember it, gotta look it up. Like, damn it, Star Wars has never made my life, like, more successful. Did I get 6 of those, or did I only get 5? I got 5, shit. Damn it. I don't like to make these runs for only 1 lubricant. It's not worth it to me. It's a waste of time, essentially. If I was growing my own creepvine, we wouldn't even need to worry about this. So I'm thinking the next thing we should do is we should probably swim on out to the island, get a little bit of tropical vacationing going on. Bucket-a-bing, bing, ba-bing, bing, 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 bucket-a-bing, bing, don't sue me, Disney. I'll just call it a parody because I changed the words around and now they can't sue me. Although they probably still can. They probably still can. Never underestimate the might of powerful companies with powerful lawyers. We got 3 lubricants right there. We got 2 of those guys. So for now, we need to farm up a little bit more iron. Battery life's looking okay. Let's make another lube run. That's such phrasing. Like, the phrasing of that right there is definitely iffy. Lube run! Getting our Astroglide on. Our KY rocking it. How's my inventory still full? Oh, I still had other creepvine pods in there. Okay, so we'll turn this into a bit more. I want to overshoot with the lubricant because we're going to need a lot of it in between, like, constructions. We're going to need a ton of lubricant to make this all work. Like, ridiculous, probably 10 to 15 more lubricant before we can even stop messing with certain things. Alright, so our lubricant is locked down now. We have enough lubricant to make this happen. Now, we've just got to find the titanium ingots. What else did it need? An advanced wiring kit. So that involves computer chips. That involves gold. That involves a lot of stuff that we don't have. I think we're going to have to come down here and mine a little bit. I don't think we're going to have a choice. A little bit of titanium. A little bit of salt. What I really need is... Oh, I wonder where that goes. That probably... In my experience, yeah, that goes down to Blue Mushroom Zone. That's where those new snaky things are, if you're interested in finding out about those. Those are super fun to make their acquaintance on. Although they're not big, and the bigness seems to be the part that I'm worried about. Okay, there's our gold. A little bit more titanium. We only got 30 seconds of oxygen left. What I should have done is I should have brought the sea moth with me. This is a waste of time. I forgot that. But we don't have a way to recharge the sea moth right now, so I don't want to overuse it. You know, that spaceship has a remarkable amount of buoyancy. That or it just lucked out really hard and like landed on the seabed in one of the spots where it just wasn't that deep here. Scrap metal, I am in the market for. A little bit of copper. A little bit of silver. And I'll be clear, I need all of this. Like, this is all useful to me right now. Probably stay away from sand sharks at the moment since I don't feel like getting bit. A little bit more copper. Good, good, good. Silver is also helpful. Although for the wiring kits, we may have to... Ooh. Hey! I'll take some of that.
Caution, 30 seconds of oxygen remaining.
We should be alright. I should be able to make it back up to the surface before anything goes wrong. Oh, unless that happens. Which is exactly the situation I was talking about. It's definitely one of those panic situations. How we looking on space? We could get another salvage down here if we really wanted to make this a lucrative trip. There's one. I knew we'd find it down here. Can't hide from me, salvage. Cannot hide from me. Cool. Apparently we make ships out of we make ships out of titanium now. I don't really know why. Hopefully it would be an alloy, because titanium itself is kind of soft. That's why in general making titanium firearms, like people always talk about that, titanium is very lightweight, but it is also very malleable. It changes shape easily and readily, which means you normally have to combine it with something. You have to breed it with some other metal. You have to fuse it. I think the technical term is you have to marry it. I think is the fusing of two metals. I think that might just be me talking shit out my ass, but I don't know. It seems like at some point somebody brought that up about alloys. Still, I needed a wiring kit, did I not? Or was it an advanced wiring? I'm gonna check before I do it. Advanced wiring kit. I'm so glad that I checked. So very, very glad that I looked into it. Okay, let's get our titanium back. We need 2 more titanium to get our final ingot. I should be able to dig that up without too many problems. Then again, who knows? Basically, I just need a piece of salvage. There we go. And we'll get a little bit of extra since we're already over here. Why leave it laying on the seafloor? You know what I mean? I mean, we're already in the vicinity. We're already locking it down. Actually, there's a bunch of metal over there. I may keep that in mind for later. I didn't realize how much metal was still accumulating on that side. Good stuff. So much metal accumulation. Metal accumulation! That's what happens when too much metal accumulates inside of me. It's got to come out in the form of a mighty falsetto blast. And then I just fill in the guitars in my head. That's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like to me. I believe we have a busted-ass battery that needs to be recharged. Slot that back in and let it get going with its thing. Cool. There's our 4. Now we gotta worry about our advanced wiring kit, which as I recall is a computer chip, gold, and something else. Oh, it's just gold and a computer chip. Okay. The computer chip's the tough part there, but I think I already have the stuff in my inventory to make this happen. Yes, I love it when I store things for later. Good day for me. And then I needed a gold. I don't have very much, but suppose we can rectify that later on. Cool. So we got the advanced wiring kit. That's all good to go. Now I just need to pull out the lubricant and the remaining ingots, and we should be solid right now. Should be very, very solid. Done. Lost some hull strength right there. That means I am going to have to use some lithium to reinforce some of these little corridors. You can find that right here. It will increase your hull strength by a bit, just in case you've got a lot of glass and stuff going on. It'll help. It'll make it a little bit more manageable. You could also do it just by like reinforcing one of the areas that you don't really care about, putting a ton of reinforcement all over it. Let's have a look at this moon pool, but actually I'm going to show you the main feature. Oh, that scared me for a second. I was like, what is that blink over there? I'd never seen that before. New stimuli! New stimuli! Dive! 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 And there it is right there. That's actually the main benefit of the moon pool, is that now we can store our submarine inside of it. Really, really cool little feature right there, and I like it a lot. Watch out for your power levels, though, because it automatically recharges the sea moth every time you come in here. It can take a lot of power. It can cost you, so just be wary about it. Be very, very wary, because it'll be scary if you blow your entire power grid all in one go, and then you gotta play catch up in order to get it back up and running, especially at night. Okay, non-precious materials. I'm gonna have you guys in here. Semi-precious materials go in there. We got one lubricant left over, so that'll be nice. We can save that for some other amazing construction down the line. I would really, really, really... haven't done much with this area over here. I don't know. I think I'm probably going to make this into like a water purification. Do we have the water purifier? That might be maybe worth building. I mean, we have basically an endless supply of everything we need at the moment. So, yeah, there's the filtration machine right there. Be aware the filtration machine is kind of expensive as far as costs go for power. It is not a power efficient machine. Like, it goes through... It's bad. It's bad. It's a cheap object, so I think a lot of people make the mistake of building a bunch of them because they can, like, instantaneously without having to worry about it. But for realsies, this thing will cost you a fortune in power, so watch out for it. And as you can see, it's now starting to filter. I love these little tanks over here. These are kind of cool. It's a desalinator, so it's just sucking in seawater and putting out clean stuff. And then we'll also get salt out of this right here, so we can start preserving food and things like that. For now, I think it's about time we focused on going to the island. This is going to be a risky trip because there are nasty things in between us and the island. But if you stay near the surface and you don't dick around too much, you should be okay. As far as I know, the island should be... Actually, we can see it already. The game glitches out a little bit sometimes and actually gives you a bit of a pointer as to where you can go to find the island. I'm going to stay along the bottom here. Well, maybe not. What zone is this right here? This is the lava zone. I'm unaware of what threats might be in the vicinity. And I would really prefer not to be that guy. Especially at night when I can't really see. I mean, our island is right there. I'm going to risk it, and I'm just going to make a run for it. And that's going to be the end of our episode, I think. My name is Splattercat. Thank you for joining me here as we approach the island. We're going to check it out in the next episode. There's a lot of fun stuff on the island that I think you're going to want to see. So stay tuned. The trip looks like it's going to be uneventful. Nothing has grabbed us from beneath and dragged us down to the bottom to our deaths yet. So we might be okay. I will see you all next time for a little bit of beautiful island traveling, okay? You excited about it? I'm excited about it, and I hope to see you there. Bye, everybody.